Good morning, children. Today, the topic is standard electrode potential. First of all, we see the definition here. Very simple: tendency to undergo reduction reaction here. This is called definition. Tendency to undergo reduction reaction is called standard electrode potential. Standard means you have to maintain 298 Kelvin temperature and 1 atmosphere pressure. Then only it is called standard. These are the standard conditions here. So definition is undergoing reduction reaction. You take this example, M taking the 2 electrons, M plus N taking N electrons, converting into M. This is actually reduction reaction. So tendency to undergo, this is a which reaction? Reduction reaction. Tendency to undergo reduction reaction is called nothing but standard reduction potential. This value is plus X. I have taken one example, copper plus 2, taking 2 electrons. Which reaction? Reduction reaction. Now which potential we are going to get? Standard electrode potential, M plus 2 converting into M. The standard electrode potential's values are how much? Plus 34. When you get a plus value here, that is spontaneous. They takes place readily. Spontaneous they are actually. But if you observe lithium undergoing reduction reaction here, these values are getting negative value here. That means the reactions are non-spontaneous. This reaction never takes place. Lithium plus do not undergo reduction reaction is do not takes place. So that means when you get a positive, that is a spontaneous. When you get a negative, that will be non-spontaneous. They do not takes place, isn't it? Right. We'll take a question here to explain these potentials here. Now question is here very simple. Chromium plus 3, manganese plus 3. Both are having which configuration? D4 configuration. But configuration is same for both these two. But what they are saying, chromium plus 2 is acting as which reagent? Reducing agent. And Mn plus 3 acting as, this is acting as which reagent? Reducing agent. This one is acting as which reagent? Oxidizing agent, isn't it? What is the difference? Configuration is same, but one is acting as reducing agent, other is acting as oxidizing agent. What is the reason? We can see. Now if you observe here, we are getting a negative values here. We are getting a negative values. So it does not take place. So this reaction do not takes place. Why? Because electrode potentials are what? Negative value. But if I take opposite here, what we get here? Chromium plus 2 converting into chromium plus 3 plus 1 electron. This is which type of reaction? Oxidation reaction. Now which potentials we get here? Oxidation potentials. Oxidation potential will be what? Plus 0.41. Now this will happen. This reaction will take place. But the substance which undergo oxidation, that is called actually what? Reducing agent. Whichever undergo oxidation reaction readily, they are called reducing agents. Isn't it? Now you observe here, manganese undergoing definitely reduction reaction. Now we are getting electrode potentials are how much? Positive value we are getting. That means this reaction takes place. Isn't it? Now the substance which undergo reduction reaction, this substance now called as what? Oxidizing agent. Yes, it is an oxidizing agent. Isn't it? So based upon the E0 values, isn't it? We are explaining that chromium plus 2 will act as a reducing agent, whereas Mn plus 3 act as oxidizing agent here. And this we also discussed in the T2G level, that in the next question we discuss this one same again, isn't it? Now manganese plus 3 converting into plus 2. Just now we discussed that one, which is a positive value. Then chromium plus 3 plus 2 is not a positive value, it's a negative value. Now what is that we take in terms of T2G also. So let me see first of all this one. First of all we'll see Mn plus 3 converting into Mn plus 2. I'm writing this reaction. Mn plus 3 taking 1 electron converting into Mn plus 2. I am writing just configuration, manganese actually it is. What is the configuration of manganese? General configuration 3d5 4s2, right? Now I have to remove how many electrons here? In the case of this one, plus 3 means how many electrons? I have to remove 3 electrons. So 2 from here and 1 from here. What we get here? 3d 4, 4s 0. What about Mn plus 2? I have to remove only 2 electrons. Now I will get what configuration? 3d5, 4s 0. Now tell me, this is one 3d5, which type of configuration? 3d5 is half fill configuration. This will be in a half fill configuration. Half fill is always what happen? Stable. Always stable. So this reaction readily takes place. Why? Because 3d4 converting into 3d5 readily takes place. To get half fill configuration, this reaction readily takes place now. So definitely the reaction takes place. Spontaneous reaction it is. So much positive we get. How much value we got just now? You see 1.55. The value of how much we got here? Electrode potential value for this one, how much we got here? 1.55, isn't it? This one we got how much? Very large positive value we got here. Okay. This based upon what we are taking here? Based on half fill configuration you are saying. And what about chromium plus 3? Let me see this one also. In this case, chromium plus 3, I will explain in this by using chromium plus 2 here. Now here, if you observe here, again chromium configuration will be 4s1, 3d, 5. What will be the chromium plus 2 configuration? 4s0, 3d, 4. I am removing 2 electrons, one from here, one from here. Here -1, here -1, like that. For getting chromium plus 3, again 4s0, here one more -1. What we get? 3d, 3. We get 3d, 3 here. Now thing is that, so in the previous case, what we said here, chromium plus 2, isn't it, converting into chromium plus 3 by losing 1 electron here. Now see, this reaction is called oxidation reaction. Now the substance undergo oxidation reaction is called nothing but reducing agent. This is a reducing agent. Now why it is a reducing, strong reducing agent, I am explaining here. See, now which configuration you are getting after chromium plus 3? I told you D3 configuration I am getting. So here actually what happens here? So D contains how many orbitals? Isn't it? 1 electron, second, 3, and remaining 2 will be empty orbitals. So in the coordination chemistry, what happens here? This splits into 2 levels. One is called T2G level, like this. This I will explain in the coordination chemistry in detail, but here this question I will answer here. 3 electrons I am writing here. Remaining 2 orbitals will be like this here. Okay, this will be low energy, this will be high energy. Now whatever 3 electrons will first fill where? High or low? Definitely will low. After filling low only we can go to higher energy level. So here also this is called actually T2G level. This one is called what? EG level. Now 2Tg is 3. It is also half fill configuration, isn't it? But if I take what 4 electrons, what happens here? For example, when you have 4 electrons like this here, D4 configuration, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 empty orbital. Here also it is splitting into EG and also what? T2G. Isn't it? So 4 electrons you are having, but here how many orbitals we have? 3 only. 1, 2, 3. If I fill the 4th electron, this one here, isn't it? Now is it called half fill configuration? No half fill configuration, isn't it? It is not at all half fill configuration. So this is highly unstable. It is unstable now here. This is stable. Why is it stable? Because of having what? T2G3 configuration, which is half fill configuration again. So more study we get in the coordination chemistry about this type of splitting actually that we discuss in the coordination chemistry actually, isn't it? Next we'll see one question here. For copper, isn't it, reduction potential value is 0.34, and if you observe all these metals, which copper is only having this type of behavior, having what? Plus 0.34, because remaining elements with this type of things like what? M plus 2. Any element with this M plus 2, if you take anything, scandium, titanium plus 2, what? Titanium, they will have negative values definitely. but only copper is having what? Positive value. So only the reason behind this one can be easily explained if you observe here. So generally, if you want to calculate the electrode potential values, first of all, you have to take enthalpy of atomization. Already we discussed about enthalpy of atomization, ionization enthalpy completed. So, and hydrogen enthalpy also we completed, but anyhow I will explain this one, no problem. In the case of copper, first of all, we have to consider the atomization, enthalpy and enthalpy of hydration here. Now, in the case of copper, these two okay. In all the cases, these two are okay. These two never changes, not compared to other elements, same thing, quite same only. Now, but in the case of copper, hydration enthalpy is greater than enthalpy of this one. This enthalpy of hydration, generally it will be negative value. It will be negative value. Okay. Now, this you are going to get, this value, ionization enthalpy, which is what very, these two if you observe here, they are very positive, more positive there. Okay. All the case it will be negative only, but if you add positive and negative is equal to, you are getting what? Positive only. Isn't it? For example, you are having this one 3 point something 02 something like this. This one you are having what? 2 point something 46 something here. So resulting value minus value it is. Resulting will be how much we get here? Definitely 0.34 only. So the reason very simple. Enthalpy of atomization, this one, and enthalpy of ionization enthalpy. These two are actually more positive than what enthalpy of hydration enthalpy, which is negative value. But when you add these two, the resulting value will be what? Positive value. That is the reason what happened. It will be what? Positive value here, right? Next, Mn+3 is a good oxidizing agent. Just now we discussed this one here. Here only we discussed this one. Good oxidizing agent. Here only we completed here. Mn+3 is oxidizing agent. Here only we completed. Same thing we can answer there here, right? Next, this I am not discussing. You just refer what? Refer the second slide. Second slide. I think we already discussed that one. Next, Mn reduction potential values are not regular when you compare. That means regularly increasing only, otherwise decreasing. Like that, not happening actually. Some case it is increasing, then again decreasing like this. It's all because of what? Irregularity because of IE1, IE2 values here. Why? Because you study the ionization potential we already completed. In this, for example, when you observe here, copper IE1 is less when you compare with what? Copper IE2. Why? Because in copper IE2, which electron you have to remove here? Completely filled electron. So when you want to remove completely filled electron, the energy must be what? High. So whenever you get half filled configuration, energy must be high. That is the reason. IE1 based on variation, the IE1, IE2 values and sublimation enthalpy is also what? Something what? Also helping that irregularities in the values actually here. Next, this is a very important question. They given some oxyanions here. PO2 plus Cr2O7 minus 2 and MnO4 here. Their oxidizing power they are asking. Why they are increasing here? Why this is having less vanadium and this one is having what? More actually. What is the reason? Very simple here. So in the case of what? I will explain by taking what? Chromium Cr2O7. So first of all I will write here Cr2O7 minus 2. What is the oxidation state of chromium here? Number of times we discuss 2 chromiums plus how many oxygens are there? 7 oxygens. Each oxygen carries minus 2 is equal to what is overall charge here? Minus 2. If you do this one, chromium will be what? Plus 6. So oxygen state will be what here? Plus 6. 1 chromium is plus 6 here. Now it will convert into 2 moles of chromium plus 3 here. Now chromium converting into what here? Plus 3. That means plus 6 is converting into here what? Plus 3. How much change obtained here? 3 electrons are gained here. Okay, 3 electrons are gained. In the case of MnO4 minus, take here MnO4 minus here. Converting into here what? Mn plus 2. In the reaction, they will convert after oxidation, that reduction reaction, acting as oxidizing property, reduction reaction, they convert like this here. Now, what is the oxidation state of manganese will be? Definitely plus 7. Again, same method. Manganese plus 4 oxygens. Charge is what? Minus 2 is equal to how much you have to carry here? Overall charge is how much? Minus 1. So what we get? Manganese equal to plus 7. Do that one, you will get here. Here it will be plus 2. Now how much change occurring here? Isn't it? Only 5 electrons. Adding 5. In which case electrons are added more? Here. Now when electrons added more, they act as what? More oxidation. The substance which undergo reduction is nothing but called oxidizing agent. So when you add more number of electrons, oxidizing property also more. So definitely what happened? We are going to take, this is the order here, based upon the number of electrons you are adding. Here we are adding more number here, 5 electrons we are adding. Here how many electrons we are adding? Only 3 electrons here. Isn't it? Here we only add only 1 electron. That will be very least value. Next, the third ionization enthalpy of manganese is very, very high. What is the reason? We know already manganese, isn't it? Manganese configuration 3d5 4s2. Now I am writing what? If you want to remove 2 electrons here, that is very simple. So for this one, what? IU2 is okay. IU2 is okay. What about IE3 means where you have to remove electron? For getting third ionization enthalpy IE3, third electron we need to remove from where? 3d5. Where 3d5 is what type of configuration? Half fill configuration. Is it easy to remove electron from half fill configuration? Very, very difficult. Half fill configuration, no, we can't remove. Removing of electron is what? Difficult. So removing of electron is what? Difficult. So what will be the answer? In third ionization enthalpy, manganese having half fill configuration, so which is very difficult to remove. So it will be definitely what? Very high. Next, copper +1 is unknown in aqueous solution, isn't it? In the water solution, copper plus is unknown. We don't get that one. What is the reason they are asking here? So in that case, what happened? Copper plus, if you see one, this one is a +1, nothing but what? +1 only here. That is readily converting into what? Copper +2. So it is unstable. In water actually, in aqueous state is unstable. Why unstable? They are asking here. See, actually, which one is more stable? They are saying that copper +2 is more stable. Why? Because see, in this reaction, what is happening here? Copper +1 in the water readily undergoing hydration here. That means water is surrounding over the copper here. So because of normally what happens, this will have less size. Copper +2 when you have less size when you compare with copper +1. So because of less size, what happens? More water will be surrounded. So heat of hydration is, that means heat of enthalpy means, hydration enthalpy means what actually? Some heat will be liberated. So whatever the heat is liberating because of this reaction, what happened here? In this reaction, if you observe, delta H is equal to negative. This reaction is negative. Heat will be liberated here. Some heat will be liberated. That heat actually ionizes copper +1 into what? Copper +2. Copper +1 converting into copper +2 because of heat of hydration. This will convert into copper +2. So the second ionization enthalpy means what? +1 converting into +2 is nothing but called second ionization enthalpy. That we are getting because of what actually? Heat of hydration enthalpies, isn't it? Next, oxides and oxoanions of metals. Generally, if you observe here, whenever metal react with oxygen, generally we are going to get this type of MO, M2O3, M3O6. This type of various number of oxides are getting because of oxygen here. Now when you observe here, whenever they are having lower oxidation state, if you have lower oxidation state, you are going to get a basic nature. The nature of the oxide will be basic. If you are having higher oxidation state, that will have acidic nature. If you have lower oxidation state, then that means intermediate oxidation state, they are what? Amphoteric. We'll take one example. You see manganese. This manganese having lower oxidation state. What type of nature you are getting? This manganese oxide is basic nature. Now, +3 also somewhat lower when you compare the total oxidation states you are getting here. Also what? Basic. And here you are getting 8/3. 8/8 means something what? More than the 3, no? They are getting what? Amphoteric. +4, middle oxidation state, amphoteric. +7 is what here? High oxidation state. When you get high, +7 is high oxidation state, the nature of oxide Mn2O7, oxidation state is very high. So we are going to get acidic nature. Here you observe MnO +2 only. We are getting what? Basic. So what I mean to say is lower, like +2, +3, isn't it? They are what? Basic nature. Higher, +7, they are what? Acidic nature. Mn2O7 is which type of nature of, which type of oxide is Mn2O7? Acidic oxide. MnO2 is what actually? Amphoteric. Why amphoteric it is MnO2? Because it is having what actually? See, MnO2 is having intermediate oxidation state. So that actually they are explaining in this case here. So we have given some examples in this one. Scandium oxide is a basic. Titanium, you see, titanium. Yeah, titanium basic, lower oxidation state basic, lower basic, middle amphoteric, like that. Vanadium you observe here, +2 oxidation state, basic. Here actually what? 6 plus 3 oxidation state, basic. Here plus 4 oxidation state, amphor. Here what is the oxidation state here? Plus 5 oxidation, acidic nature. So lower oxidation state, basic. Higher oxidation state, acidic. In this way, we have given number of examples are given. So study these all oxides here. Definitely what happen, amphoric oxides they are asking in examinations. So identify the amphoric oxides. So they are very, very important for examination point of. With this what happened, I have completed the reduction potentials here. Thank you.